Hello everyone, and today we're going to be trying our luck at a little bit of gambling in Gambler's Table. Gambler's Table is an incremental game where we flip coins and hope that we can make it big. In this, we have our little coin in the middle that we just have to click on and flip. Each flip has a chance of giving us $1. Whether it lands on the dollar sign, it gives us one. The heads, we don't. We have managed to make $8 so far, which does let us increase our number of copper coins that we have. We can also buy a little helper. This little bunny rabbit will go around and try and flip coins by himself. He still does have the same luck as us, where he can't always guarantee that he will flip it and make us money, but that gets us someone else running around doing our bidding. At the moment he is a little bit slow when he runs around, so we are needing to try and make sure that we only go for the ones that he's not currently chasing, otherwise it does waste his time just a little bit. It does turn out that we do have a bit of an AoE effect with the coins, so if we can manage to group them up a little bit more, we do have a chance of flipping multiple at once. As you can see there, we did flip 2. We do now have a couple of helpers, which does make this a bit more of an idle game than a full-blown clicker game, but that does give us the options now where we can work on either getting more coins or picking up some upgrades. Picking up the upgrades is probably going to be our best bet, starting with the Copper Surge, as that will just double the value of the coins when they do land on our dollar symbol, up to 2 per flip instead of 1, which we do now have. As you can see, we are now getting 2 per dollar sign, which is a nice big upgrade to the amount of money that we make. We do just need to make sure that we are flipping these a bit more, because we are letting them sit a bit longer than we probably want to. If we can try and get them into a corner, because we do seem to have some control of where they go, we might be able to get some nice flips going on. These helpers do have some interesting outfits they've got on, because what is that? That guy has quite the big schnoz on him. So we do also have a skill tree. Well, we haven't so far unlocked any points. It is quite a lot of stuff that we do have to work toward, which is always fun in these games. As we do now have $71, we are also going to increase the efficiency of our helpers by 15%, so they'll move about quite a lot faster and not stand around wasting as much time as they have been. And we'll also get another copper coin. All these extra coins are definitely adding up and making it so that we are picking up money quite a lot faster than we were before. So I think we do want to save up for that $61 just to get an extra dollar value on our coin flips, just so that more money for the same amount of time. And there we have it. We have seen a few times now where the helpers do just fall asleep when they get tired and a bit bored. I wonder if there's an upgrade that makes them not do that, or if we need to get like a manager or something that just goes around and wakes them up themselves, or if late game that is just going to be our entire job of just going around slapping these guys to keep them moving. There we are now up to $4 per flip. Look at how much faster this is all happening. In no time we'll be able to get up to $5, and there we have that as well. There we go. So we have just saved up about $500. That does let us get our first silver coin, and that does drop $20 per flip, which is a huge amount more than our copper coins. And we can up our copper coins to now drop in $7 per flip as well. We will then add an extra helper in as well, so we've got all these guys trying to help us as much as we can. We're probably going to want to spend most of our time prioritizing the silver coin and then just clicking any others while he's in the air, because he is going to be our little money maker up there. It does look like our current helpers aren't able to flip the silver coins, so he's definitely one that we have to work on by ourselves, because they are a little bit too weak to deal with him. So definitely is one that we want to work on. I probably do want to try and get the silver value up as well. He is a little bit expensive at $400 already, so I'm not sure if that's worth us prioritizing just yet, especially when we can just up the Copper Surge and we've got so many of them coins that we can make a ton of money from our little helpers running around instead. We have saved up to $400 to upgrade the value of our silver coin, so it is going from $20 up to $25, which is a bit of a big jump. but a costly one at that. I'm not sure whether we are going to want to prioritize that very much just yet, when we can keep getting more copper coins and copper upgrades. I do know that they will scale a lot better than the copper coins does, but at the same time, having the copper coins just making a fortune for us will just be so good as well. We are going to just keep adding in helpers as we get them as well, and more copper coins, just so we've got all the money in the world. We did just buy our second silver coin, so we are going to try and bounce him into that same corner as our other one, just so that we can make the most out of them being close together. It is a bit of a hassle to try and get them up there, but it makes it a lot easier when we can just flip them both together. Nice little bit of easy money then, which we can put into just making our coins even more valuable. They do now make us 30 coins as well, which we can spend all that hard-earned money on making our helpers another 15% more efficient. I think we might save up the $1,000 just to get quick flip, which means that we don't have to click. We can just hover our mouse over, but that would just be just so it's not looking at us anymore, because it's not that much of a hassle right now clicking, but I can imagine that does get a bit more of an issue later on. It does currently only work for the copper coins. We do still have to click our silver coins, and as they are the ones that we're mostly prioritizing, it was just to get the upgrade out of the way so it wasn't looking at us. These copper coins have properly come up in value in that little bit of time we've just been sitting in our corner flipping our silver coins. They are now making us so much more money than these silver coins are. Our little guys over here do need to make sure that we do keep waking them up, because they do have a tendency to fall asleep and stop being helpful. But we definitely get to keep throwing money at all of these. It definitely doesn't take us long to save up the $1,000 to start getting upgrades now, so our money is definitely scaling quite nicely, because before it was very slow to get any upgrades, whereas now we are quite fast. I did just notice that our ability to purchase silver coins was quite a lot cheaper than some of the other upgrades, so I am just slowly moving those over into the corner with the rest of their friends, but not the fastest job in the world to get them all grouped up in that corner. But keeping them all there, definitely a good use of our time at the moment. Especially with all of our helpers running around dealing with all those copper coins. I do kind of hope that we can make the radius slightly bigger on our ability to flip some of these coins, or give it like the AoE that he has on the copper coins, just so that we're not having to individually click all of these guys. Let's go and wake everyone up, because they are being lazy. Can't have them doing that. They're meant to be our helpers, making us a fortune, not sitting down there and sleeping like that little bunny was. We have now unlocked the ability to get percentage upgrades on our coins. So the copper goes from 26 up to 32, up to 39, 45, up to 52, and we'll just make it so they flip that little bit faster. We have also made it so that our helpers can go and flip some of the more expensive coins. It does mean that we don't have that nice little pile in the corner that we did have, but having them deal with it means that I can just fly about slapping helpers, getting them back to work. And we are going to get another couple of helpers and coins out, and just swoop around slapping and flipping. We do have a skill point, but I'm going to assume... Oh no, it isn't a rebirth. Oh no, it does. It will rebirth us, so we're probably going to save up for a few before we start, because it's not taking us that long currently to gain the points. Obviously that will change as time goes on. Each point is probably going to take longer and longer to unlock. So we'll just take advantage of them while he's filling quite quickly. But we are just going to get more helpers out, more silver coins, and another one. I think with the amount of copper coins that are around at the moment, it's probably worth us keeping to put money into this copper alchemy, just because they're going to start making us a fortune. So they're already up to 94 per flip, 105 I believe that said, and we'll just keep spreading the money out between copper and silver just as we get the money come in, because then we can make so much more. And we have just unlocked our second skill point. There are some really good upgrades to start with, which means it might be worth us taking it as a start, where we just start off with a ton of helpers. So we do lose all that work we've done, but 15 helpers off start gives us a lot more to work with. Now they are a little bit useless at the moment because they don't do a lot when there's no coins for them to play with, but I feel like this will just get us back to where we were quite quickly, because we don't need to worry about spending money on helpers just yet. To be completely honest, I definitely should have gone for the 4 times value upgrade rather than the community, because while this does allow me to not do a whole lot, it is very much an idle game at the moment. It is not any quicker than the last time we did this, because nothing's worth more. We are saving money because we're not buying helpers at the moment, because we've still got 7 of them that are doing nothing, but at the same time 4 times more money would have been a huge upgrade and would have let me feel like I was involved. We do now have more coins than we do helpers, so it is now time that we get to play the game again. We could just buy more helpers, but at this point I don't think it's that necessary for us, when we can just get more coins, more money, and just keep moving about, waking everyone up. Will we probably go and buy more later? Probably. Just having a small army of these running around will be quite nice when we've got a lot to do, but at the moment it's quite nice. We could go back and get the silver coins out and do what we were doing last time, but I feel like with all these helpers we've got, just keep funneling money into these copper coins is probably quite a strong start at the moment, and we could always get more of them as well, because they're going to be so cheap to buy. It would be so easy just to get such a large number of them. I'm eyeing up that copper alchemy button again, just to straight 25% increase the value of our flips, so they would go up from 14. Yeah, I was wondering whether it's going to be worth making it so that our value is the same before we start spending money on it. But no, that going up from 15 to 18 for 500 is definitely more than just buying them individually would have been. And you can definitely feel the more money that we're making from these few upgrades. Now don't get me wrong, we're definitely still going back and buying the copper surge upgrade, because while it is less efficient than the copper alchemy, I still like clicking the button. So can't help myself, but when I'm not talking, it's just there looking at me. Click me. We are now doubling the amount of coins we've got compared to helpers, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save up about $2,500, and we're just going to go straight in on buying helpers. So now we do have another 10 helpers running around to help us make more money, and with each flip now being worth $60, we are raking it in. We do still have a long way to go before our next skill point, as that is $500,000, so we probably did prestige a little bit early, but you live and learn. Oh, and now we just got the achievement for having $10,000 in our pocket. There are a few more for having like 100,000, first million, first 100 million, first $1 billion, and for getting our first gold coins. We are possibly going to get all of those as we play, but at the moment the copper coins are definitely where our fortune is coming from. The gold coin by itself does flip for $300, but that is again another one that only we can deal with. So we will just keep chasing him around. We did just upgrade the value of the gold coin by $30. It's a 10% increase, which is huge. And if we save up $25,000, we can make it so that if the gold coin hits other coins, it shockwaves them and knocks them all into the air, which I can imagine is probably quite good. And with how fast we're making money, it doesn't take very long to get the $25,000, which we do now have. And we're also going to make it so that our helpers can pick up silver coins, because at this point we're making money particularly faster than we have been, so we might as well let them grab the other coins that we're no longer dealing with. I'm trying to guide the gold coin into the big piles of other coins so we can shockwave them. There are so many helpers running about that by the time the coin gets close to them, they've already been sent flying by everyone else. We are just going to add in a ton of efficiency. Look how much faster everyone's working now, and a load of silver coin value on top of that. That does mean we're probably going to want to get more silver and copper coins out, just so that we're taking advantage of all this extra efficiency. I looked away for 1 minute and we're already up to $30,000, $40,000. So we are going to make it so that our little guys can also flip the gold coin. It does still get the shockwave, so that is huge for us. And we're just going to spend a ton of money on copper coins. Well, not the most efficient spend of our money. I do quite like having more coins about. Just look at them all flipping. It's quite nice to see, to be fair. Thought I'd wait so we could get climbing high as well, which does give us $100,000, which we can spend. I am struggling to think what is going to be the best use of our money, because I do just keep defaulting back to more coins, because the more coins we have, the more we can flip. I might get us some more helpers as well with our next $25,000, just because there's quite a few coins that aren't constantly moving. But that was only 2 helpers, because they are starting to cost quite a bit. And we'll also give ourselves another little gold coin that we can flip around. We are going to spend this $40,000 that we have just on percentage upgrade for our silver coins. That is now a 250% valuation upgrade on our silver coins. We'll add an extra $60 to our gold coins as well. So everything is starting to just get quite nice and expensive. With all the coin flipping going on, it is very easy for me to lose the little helpers, so I don't wake them up very quickly, and they do just get to sit there. So I do need to try and keep a better eye on them, otherwise they're getting it too easy in life and we don't want that. That was a lot more money than I meant to spend on that, but that is an extra 100% coin flipping speed on the coppers. So they should just make us more money so much quicker. There is something about this kind of game that does just turn my brain off in a weird way. It's mesmerizing just sitting here watching everything flip, and the little clicky noises just works wonders for me. And getting to see numbers get bigger, just all the things I enjoy in mindless little incremental games. And those are all positives. I absolutely adore this type of game. I don't know why, there's just something about it that clicks in my brain. The upgrades are starting to get a little bit expensive, being nearly $100,000 per upgrade. And while we are making money quite fast, we are definitely hitting a point where we are slowing down. I'm not sure where we want to go from here with that, as that upgrade towards the next skill point is such a big jump from the $250,000 we were at to 12.5 million. Is just insane. And we have only made 2.8 million in total. We are just gonna get every upgrade up to the $100,000 mark, and then we'll take another look and see what we can do from there. Ooh, I have just seen in the info tab, you know, where you'd expect things to be, that it does give us a breakdown of how much money we're making. So our copper coins are making us about 4,000 a second, between 2 and 3,000 on our silver coins, and about 1,000 to 500 on our gold coins. So our coppers are definitely the one raking it in for us. We probably do want to prioritise putting some money into them, but we did just unlock the infusion and velocity upgrade for our golds. So if we put some money into that, that might bring our golds up just that little bit more, and bring them slightly more in line with everyone else, being that they now flip for about 2,000 each. There we go, flipping there, there we go, that's now gold up to, with this also aiming for them about 5,000 gold per second, which is quite a lot more than they were making a second ago. Oh, we did just break our first million while I was having a bit of a think trying to work out what we should be doing. I have not managed to get any real idea what I think we should be doing. So I'm probably just going to dump all of our money split evenly between the alchemy upgrades for each one and hard worker. So we'll get them all up to about the 500k mark. So we do now have all of the upgrades costing at least $500,000, which as you can see has properly skyrocketed our income. But at the same time, with everything costing at least $500,000 on the upgrades tab, we are going to need so much more money to finish everything off here. I think you get the idea about this game, so you can wishlist Gambler's Table on Steam at the link in the pinned comment. We'll have more information about when Gambler's Table releases in the future, but if you be sure to add it to your wishlist, you will get notified when it's coming out. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.